What else did Archbishop Vigano say? He says to the good Ukrainian people who are suffering, who are having to leave their homes, across many borders. They're going to Poland. They're coming to America to escape war, battle, bombings, threats. Children, mothers, elderly in the Ukraine are endangered by this nonsense that for the oligarchs, for the billionaires and the globalists and the technological leaders, for them, it's all about the price of oil, moving goods, container ships, things like that. And Archbishop Vigano says, to the good people of the Ukrainian people, look at the EU. Yes, they get sort of this semblance of prosperity. But at what cost? The deal is you get NATO, but you have to reject God. That's the deal. And Archbishop Vigano, whether you agree with him or not, says, look, the future is Christ. The future is the family. The future is morality. If you don't have families, you don't have faith, you don't have a future. The billionaires will still have their yachts and their 12 houses. They'll still get to go on their private planes without wearing masks, without passports, to have vaccine info on, whatever. They'll get to have their special life, but everyone else is just going to be kind of put into a pod with one of these ocular things on their face, doing the metaverse and doing drugs. It sucks. I don't want that. As you can tell in this podcast today, I'm not talking about Ukraine versus Russia. I'm talking about God versus the world, Christ versus the pagan nations. Wars will just, as people deny God, wars will just increase. People say, oh, religion caused all the wars. Baloney. Religion has ended so many wars. And the bloodiest wars, the most people killed, Chairman Mao, China, Russia, Stalin, communists, atheists, secularists, kill, kill, kill. They don't believe in human dignity. So these independent nations with their own identity, their own genius, like Poland, I love Poland, will be whittled away. They will become shapeless. They will become the EU, the European Union. Think of all that's great about a place like Austria, or think about the genius of Italy. It's great. I don't want Italy to be muted or turned down or to become more English. No, I don't like that. I want Italy to be Italy, and I want Ukraine to be Ukraine, and Russia to be Russia, Catholic Russia. That's why we need to consecrate Russia to the Immaculate Heart. That's what's beautiful about Catholicism, is although we had Christendom, although we had an integration between church and state, which had difficulties, but for the most part worked out really well for 1,000 years or more. Unlike Islam, which just, it's all just, there is no church and state. It's all kind of the same thing. Under Christendom, you had the Pope, but you also had the French king. You had the Holy Roman Emperor, and you had the English king, and you had a Scottish king, and you had a Spanish and Portuguese, and all these brothers and sisters living together under the canopy, under the household of Christ and his vicar on earth, the Pope.